Hare Krishna. First time I've come before 9. I was supposed to start at 11. Right? So I'm very happy to come back to Panathur Center. Coming after a very, very long time. I'm seeing some new faces and some old faces. So we will be discussing, I was told the verse number, first canto, chapter 3. Let's go. Verse number 27 and 28, 26 and 27. Is it visible? So this verse 26 and verse 27. Verse 28 is a very, very important verse. It's called as the Emperor verse. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskritya.
Narayanam Namaskritya.
Naram Chaiva Narottamam.
Naram Chaiva Narottamam.
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam.
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam.
Tato Jayamudiraye.
Tato Jayamudiraye.
Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu.
Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu.
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Bhagavatya Uttama Shloke.
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke.
Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki.
Bhakti Bhavati Naishtiki.
So we are reading from the first canto, which is called as the Creation, verse chapter number 3, titled Krishna is the source of all incarnations, verse number 26 and 27. Avatarahya Sankhya Harihe Satvanidhe Dvija Yatha Vidasina Kulya Sarasah Sahasrashah Avatarahya Sankhya Harihe Satvanidhe Dvija Yatha Vidasina Kulya Sarasah Sahasrashah Avatarahya Sankhya Harihe Satvanidhe Dvija Yatha Vidasina Kulya Sarasah Sahasrashah
Avatarahya Sankhya Hariha Satvanidhe Dvijaha Yatha Vidasina Kulya Sarasah Shriya Sahasrasaha Avatarahya Sankhya हरेः सत्त्वनिधे द्विजः यथा विदासिना तुल्या सरसः स्युसहस्रशः अवताराहि असङ्ख्येया हरेः सत्त्वनिधे द्विजः
यथा
विदासिना तुल्या सरसः स्युसहस्रशः.
What the word means? Avataraha, incarnations. He, certainly. Asankhyeya, innumerable. Harihe, of Hari, the Lord. Sattvanidhe, the ocean of goodness. Vijaha, O Brahmanas. Yatha, as it is. Avidasinaha, inexhaustible. Kulyaha, rivulets. Sarasaha, of vast lakes. Syuhu, are sahasrashaha, thousands of. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O Brahmanas, the incarnations of the Lord are innumerable like rivulets flowing from inexhaustible sources of water. Purport. The list of incarnations of the personality of Godhead given here is not complete. It is only a partial view of the incarnations. There are many others such as Sri Hayagriva, Hari, Hamsa, Vishnigarbha, Vibhu, Satyasena, Vaikuntha, Sarvabhauma, Vivaksena, Dharmasetu, Sudhama, Yogeshwara, Brihadbhanu, and others of the bygone ages. Sri Prahlad Maharaj said in his prayer, "My Lord, you manifest as many incarnations as there are species of life, namely the aquatics, the vegetables, the reptiles, the birds, beasts, the men, demigods, etc., just for the maintenance of the faithful and the annihilation of the unfaithful." This is a very nice prayer of Sri Prahlad Maharaj. You advent yourself in this way according with the necessity of the different yugas. In Kali Yuga, you have incarnated garbed as a devotee. For us, this is a very important one. This incarnation of the Lord in Kali Yuga is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There are many places, both in Bhagavatam and in other scriptures, in which the incarnation of the Lord as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is explicitly mentioned. In the Brahma Samhita also it is said indirectly that although there are many incarnations of the Lord such as Rama, Nrsimha, Varaha, Matsya, Kurma and many others, the Lord himself sometimes incarnates in person. Lord Krishna and Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are not therefore incarnations but the original source of all the incarnations. This will be clearly explained in the next shlokas. So the Lord is the inexhaustible source for innumerable incarnations which are not always mentioned. But incarnations are distinguished by specific extraordinary feats which are impossible to be performed by any human being. That is the general test to identify an incarnation of the Lord, directly and indirectly empowered. So incarnations can be of two types, directly and indirectly. Some incarnations mentioned are almost plenary portions. For instance, the Kumaras are empowered with transcendental knowledge, Jnana Shakti. Sri Narada is empowered with Bhakti Shakti, that is, with devotional service. Maharaj Prithu is an empowered incarnation with the executive function, Palana Shakti. The Matsya incarnation is directly a plenary portion. The above three mentioned are not plenary, this is a plenary. So the innumerable incarnations of the Lord are manifested all over the universes. Point to be noted, they are manifested all over the universe, not just the universe. Constantly, without cessation, as water flows constantly from the waterfalls. Verse number 27. Rishayoho manavo deva manuputra mahodhisaha kalah sarve hare reva saprajapatayah smrita. All the rishis, the manus, the demigods, and the descendants of Manu, who are especially powerful, are plenary portions or portions of the plenary portions of the Lord. This also includes Prajapatis. 27. Those who are comparatively less powerful are called Vibhuti, and those who are comparatively more powerful, they are called Avesha. This is in regard to crashed. Veda list keeps crashing. So it was 1, 3, 20, 27. It became small again. Size is okay? Zoom. Are you able to see? It was 180 for me. So here, those who are comparatively less powerful, they are called Vibhuti, and those who are more powerful, they are called Avesha. So I'll discuss everything in full detail. But before that, I'd like to take blessings and invoke auspiciousness by chanting the pranam mantras. I'd like to remember my teachers, my superiors, my peers, and my subordinates, everybody, by the prayers, blessings, and the mercy of whom I'm able to glorify Lord Chaitanya and Lord Krishna. And I'll do so by chanting some pranam mantras. Those who know, please repeat with me. Those who don't, please try to hear it very, very attentively. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swaparankitam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Padakalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sadhajatam Sahaganaranathanam Sajivam Sadhvaitam Sadhutam Parijanasaitam Krishna Chaitanya Nevam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Saganadata Shri Vishakamitam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Namaste Taptakanchana Gaurani Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Krishavano Sute Namami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha Parijanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamini Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini
निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशकारिणे
मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपा तमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यईश्वरं हरिः ओम् तत्सत्। Hare Krishna. So we're discussing a very nice subject matter today, incarnations of the Lord. And the next verse after this, verse number 28, is actually the emperor verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, you can say, or the Paribhasha Sutra of Srimad Bhagavatam. Every compilation, every book has a particular theme around which the whole subject matter revolves. That theme is called Paribhasha Sutra. The theme of Srimad Bhagavatam is 1.3.28, which we will not discuss, which we will discuss maybe next Sunday. So, Sutta Goswami is talking to the sages of Naimisharanya, and he is mentioning all these verses just to arrive at the conclusion that Krishna is not an avatar. He is avatari. He is the source of all incarnations. In fact, this is the principal difference between Gaudiya Vaishnavism and other sampradayas who are worshipping the Supreme Lord Hari. Some of the sampradayas, they consider Krishna as one of the entertaining incarnations of Lord Vishnu. But they are of the assumption that Lord Vishnu is the Supreme Personality. But Gaudiya Vaishnavism, or the followers of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they have firmly concluded that Krishna is the Supreme Personality. In fact, this verse of Bhagavatam is read by all sampradayas. Etecha amshah kala hamsa Krishnastu Bhagavan. Every sampradaya reads it, but they interpret it. Jinki rahi bhavana jaisi Prabhu murat tindeki taisi. The kind of sentiment they have, they interpret it the way they want. And there is nothing wrong in it. A follower of Lord Chaitanya, even if he goes to the Ayodhya temple and sees Lord Ram in child form standing, he will see Krishna. Similarly, even if we see Shalagram Shila, will see Krishna there. Even if we are standing in front of Narasimhadeva on Narasimha Chaturdashi, we will see the form of Krishna. Keshava Dhrita Narahari. If somebody has some doubts, in Bhagavatam there are some shlokas which put you in confusion. Same Sutta Goswami also says that the same personalities who are Nara and Narayan earlier have incarnated as Krishna and Arjuna. Again, you will go in doubt. It looks like Nar Narayan are the original personalities. But no need of getting into doubt. Conclusively, you should understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And if you want to have a clear understanding of this based on more evidences, then you can read a book called Laghu Bhagavatamrit, written by Srila Rupa Goswami. There, very conclusively, step by step, all the incarnations are examined, and very nicely it has been substantiated that Krishna is the Supreme Person. In the Upanishads, there is a verse which says that in different personalities, in the lotus feet of different incarnations, there are different signs. Totally, there are 16 signs in the lotus feet of the personality of Godhead, both lotus feet combined. In different personalities or different incarnations, plenary incarnations or Avesha incarnations, whatever, some signs are visible, some signs are not visible. These 16 signs are visible only in the lotus feet of Krishna. So that is also one way to understand. There are various other ways. Very nice discussion is happening here. So the list of incarnations here is not complete. That means nobody can count how many incarnations are. We only remember those things which are in the remembered history of the Vedas. Whatever the Vedas say, that is the only knowledge which we have. What are the three ways in which you can get knowledge? Very good, everybody knows this. First one is Pratyaksha Praman, something which your senses, Jnanendriyas, can perceive or Karmendriyas can engage with. That is called Pratyaksha Praman. But can you see everything or can you perceive everything? So Pratyaksha Praman is not the best way. After that is Anuman Praman. You guess based on some reasoning, some logic. So in that way also you cannot come to the complete conclusion. So the only way we can know about inconceivable transcendental subject matter is through Shastra, Shabda. That is the only way. Any other way is not possible. Srimad Bhagavatam says that there are some birds which fly from one planet to another planet, and while flying they lay eggs in the space. How you can ever imagine this? This is beyond our imagination. So therefore, Srila Prabhupada uses the term frog in the well. Everybody knows this story, but still I will tell. Once upon a time, there was a frog in the well. And he was very proud of his well. And there was another frog came from a river or a lake or an ocean. And then he started describing to this frog that, you know what, I'm coming from the ocean. So the well frog said, how big is the ocean? He said that millions and billions of wells like this can be accommodated in an ocean. He said, that is crazy. It is not possible. My well is the only thing which is possible. Because I see only this, I understand only this. Anything which I don't understand is mythology. So in that way, people try to argue. But we have to understand that the only way to get some understanding about the inconceivable transcendental subject matter is through Shastra. And Shastra does not list all incarnations of the Lord. So therefore, there is no way to find out. There are different universes, please take note. And we know this much at least, that our universe is the smallest. We are the most insignificant people in the whole material creation. There are universes bigger, more complex than we can possibly imagine. So definitely there will be some incarnations who will not be able to display their pastimes in this universe because of lack of. They are not qualified to see those pastimes. The resources bolo ya kuch bhi bolo. So not all incarnations are listed here. This is only a partial view of the incarnations, but some names are given. Hayagriva, Hari, Hamsa, Prishnigarbha. Some names we have heard also. Hayagriva incarnation we have heard about. There is a very great saint called Sri Raghavendra Swami. He feeds Hayagriva incarnation by keeping the prasadam plate on his head. And Hayagriva comes in the horse form and he eats it also. Those who will go to a place called Mantralaya in Karnataka, you will see that pastime, very nice deities. So Hayagriva, we have heard about Hari, we have heard about Hamsa Avatar. Hamsa Avatar comes in Srimad Bhagavatam when the Kumaras have some doubts and Lord Brahma is unable to, or rather does not want to answer or unable to answer due to some reasons. And Hamsa Avatar comes and clarifies. Prishnigarva is that form of the Lord which came in front of Dhruva Maharaj. So some incarnations we have heard. Some incarnations like Sarvabhauma, Vishwaksena, Dharmasetu, Sudhama, Yogeshwara and Brihadbhana, they will come in the future Manvantras. So therefore we don't know about them right now. If at all you come back, probably you will be studying in the next Kali Yuga, and Vyasadeva will again compile Bhagavatam, Vishwaksena, Dharmasetu, Sudham and Yogeshwara. These are sons of Manu also. Some of them are sons of Manu also. Especially Brihadbhanu, Yogeshwara and others. Now, Prahlad Maharaj makes a very, very interesting statement. He says, "My dear Lord, you manifest as many incarnations as there are species of life. Namely, you come in aquatics also, vegetables. The Lord comes as vegetables also, reptiles also, birds also, beasts also, men, demigods, etc. Now, question to your and my teeny brains. If the Lord comes in the human society, he has a specific function, some internal, some external reasons. And there are sages like Vyasdev who will write about it. And for the rest of eternity, men will read about it and they will have some subject matter for Shravanam. But if the Lord comes as a vegetable, or if the Lord comes as a, let's say, a bird or a bees, let's say he comes in the species of honeybees. Honeybees cannot write, no? What memory will honeybees have? We don't know, but suppose he came, he went. What will the honeybees taking birth 10 years after now? How will they come to know? Have you thought these kind of things? So, did you arrive at some answer? Yeah. It is better to mind our own business. In our own human species, we are not able to handle God. But my understanding of this is, in some places he comes in his plenary form, and in some places he comes as vibhutis. In the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, there are 84 vibhutis which are mentioned. What are vibhutis? We read in verse number 27. Little less powerful vibhutis. Tell me some of the vibhutis mentioned in the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Among Pandavas, I am Arjuna. Among the sages, I am Narada. Sorry. Among the demons, I am Prahlad. Demons is Rakshasas. Check. Devotees सही है. बस check करो. Among the I'm Meru. Yes. Among the rivers I am Ganges. These are vibhutis. Amongst the aquatics I am Timingla. Shark. What is the word which is used for shark? Sanskrit word for shark. Very interesting word. Check. थोड़ा research करेंगे. Sorry, Hanuman. Makara. In Nectar of Devotion, Rupa Goswami uses the word Bhakta Makara. Saintly sharks. Yes. So that's why the Lord wears Makara Kundala. He wears shark-shaped earrings. Once I went to Pandharpur, and then one person was telling me, let's see, the Lord wears shark-shaped earrings. That means he wants us to eat fish. Every day he's reminding us, Khalo, Jaler Phal. So, all nonsense people say. So, why does he come? I found some references in some scattered notes which I made today morning. Why does he come? What is his intention? Why he comes? Number one, to execute certain specific functions. For example, what specific function does the Matsya Avatar do? The world was fully flooded, and amidst the water, the Lord had to come, and he had to save not just the Vedas, but all the species of life in a boat constructed by Manu. Now when he comes, he looks like a fish only. He does not have some extra mouth or extra gills. At least he did not show. But what this fish did was unimaginable for all other fishes. It started from a, what can I say, a small, first it was in the kamandal of the king, then it became aquarium fish, then it became a pond fish, then it became a lake fish, then it became an ocean fish, and God knows what would have happened later on. So this is unimitatable pastimes. Srila Prabhupada told in today's purport, I think I underlined it also. Such incarnations are distinguished by extraordinary feats which are impossible to be performed not just by any human being but by any living being. So when the Lord came as Varaha, he did something which other Varahas could not do. The first thing which he did was he looked very beautiful. Can other Varahas look beautiful? Have you seen Varaha, wild pig, wild boar? Have you seen? It doesn't look so beautiful. But the Lord was looking so beautiful that everybody was mesmerized. And we are not talking about some drunkards or drug addicts getting mesmerized by Varaha. The people who are existing in the super excellent quality of goodness, the sages, even Lord Brahma, he was getting mesmerized. He was feeling, oh, this Varaha is the most beautiful. More beautiful than anybody else. So, specific functions. Varahadev came. So when the Lord comes, he comes looking like an ordinary person. If he is coming in the fish, he will look like an ordinary fish. For example, when he came as his original form, Lord Krishna, he looked like an ordinary boy only. 2 hands, normal walking. But different people perceived him differently. So therefore, some people like Duryodhana, they misunderstood him also. There is a very nice verse in the 10th canto of Bhagavatam when Lord Krishna is entering the arena of Kamsa. He talks about the various categories. Let me open that verse because I have access to Wi-Fi, so I will do what I want. This is the verse. Mallanam ashnair nrinam naravaraihi strinam smaro murtiman gopanam swajanokshatam shitibhujam shasta swapitro shishu mrityur bhojpate virada vidusham tattvam param yoginam vrishninam paradevate vidito rangam gatah sagrujah. So we are referring to this point that when he comes to execute some specific functions. And with respect to that, we are seeing this verse, which is very small in font size for you. Please read this. Somebody from Prabhuji's can read. But the difference is, you are the script writer also and you are the actor also. I mean, in my way I'm explaining, but Mother Rukmini says in that way. That although you look very ordinary, but you are not ordinary, you are extraordinary, always.